Alright, welcome to Old World Gaming. This may end up being a little bit of a shorter episode than normal, but yeah, there we are. My son and I are planning to have our second game of Warhammer the Old World tomorrow. And actually, let me grab this book. So, last time we played the standard uh, open battle scenario, essentially the pitched battle from previous editions, where you start 24 inches apart and you get the whole side. So yes, that's what we did last time. Don't know why it's called open battle, pitch battles. Okay, so pitch battles. These are all pitch battles. What makes them a pitched battle and pitched battle scenarios, blah blah blah. Each scenario, the situation in which the armies clash gives neither side a particular advantage, as they're each designed to give both sides an equal chance of winning, have few, if any, scenario special rules. Okay, so previously, let me just drop that down so you can see what I'm reading. In previous editions, um, the scenarios, and I say previous editions, I'm pretty sure it was like this for most editions, the scenarios gave you like some were like Last Stand, where one side gets loads more points than the others. There was one that was like the Seven Heroes or something, and so you had to kind of plan in advance to do your battles, and it was like there's was one or a couple of basic ones where you just had the same size army. So it looks like this gives you set of six where you can just like rock up to your local gaming club and with like a 2,000 point army and then roll off. It's got six, so two methods. Decide in advance, fine. Second method is choose randomly by rolling your dice. Yeah. So you can rock up with your 2,000 point army without any like having a chat in advance and just um, roll for your game. So you got open battle, which is the old pitch battle, breakpoint, which is the one that we're planning on doing next. We might play through all of them, I guess. So breakpoint, flank attack, which is classic, meeting engagement, quite classic as well. Don't know the mountain pass, command and control, sounds like kind of a capture the tower type thing. So we did this one last time, the open battle, which is just the classic pitched battle. And then, yeah, which was 6 rounds. And then, so this one is breakpoint. So let's have a look and see what the rules are for breakpoint. So you start closer together from the looks of things, so 18 inches apart, so that's interesting, rather than 24. So that means like bows and stuff are going to be in range. I say bows. Short bows like 18-inch range, so maybe not goblin bows. But yeah, so most missile troops should start within range of each other, or the possibility of starting in range of each other. It'd be harder to get round a flank because you can't start troops right on the flank, so you have to put extra effort to go around the flank. So that's interesting. Scenario represents a battle fought to the grim death. A battle not unlike a pitched battle. I thought we just established that this was a pitched battle. I guess they're using the old terminology there. But one that will rage until one side is forced to concede. Set up as normal. Deployment. Once per winner of a roll-off chooses which player will deploy the first unit. Normal. Winner of this roll-off must also choose their deployment zone, as shown on the map. Opposite players deploy their armies using the alternating unit methods. Okay, so that's all the same. First turn, person that finished deploying their army gets +1 to their roll. The winner of a roll-off takes the first turn, so you don't get to choose whether you're going first or second. Is that the same? The winner of a roll-off takes the first turn. Okay, so yeah, I guess you always, if you win, you always have to go first. But I mean, arguably, you could just kind of sit there and do nothing if you really wanted to. Go second, but you might as well shoot someone if you're that close. Okay, fine. No turn limit for this scenario. Instead, the battle will last until one side reaches its break point, or until one side concedes the break point. All armies have a breaking point. This is equal to a quarter of the total unit strength of the army at the start of the game. Unit strength. So that's not number of models, that is not quite almost number of wounds. I don't know. I'll have a look at unit strength in a sec. To calculate the break point of your army, simply add together the unit strength of every unit, including characters in your muster list. Divide the total by 4, rounding fractions down. All right, let's have a look at unit strength. Can you see my book is coming apart? It's weird. Let me put this back in here. It's like these have all been severed. I've popped into my local games workshop and they said I can just come and swap it when they've got some more in stock. But yeah, it's like these are meant to be. I think these are meant to be like a loop down here, keeping it all in, but they're just like they're all cut. That one's not. But it's like I don't know why they'd be severed, but they kind of are. So that's just fallen out. But there we go. Like I say, my local games workshop have said they'll just swap it out when they get some more stock in. So I'll do that. So don't worry about my book. I'll be all good. Okay, unit strength in the bold. It's weird. I don't know why some of these are in bold. I guess they're because they're common ones, maybe. 105. Let's look at that. Now I've put my camera down too low. Let me just shift it up for a brief second. No, that'll take too long. 105. 106. 105. Right, okay. Troop types, unit strength. Okay. So, regular infantry 1. Yep, so normal dudes 1. Monstrous infantry 3. Do all monstrous infantry have 3 wounds? Is that a thing? What can we check? Beastman, Minotaur, characters. Let's see, have they got? Let's see how many they've. What are they? How many wounds have they got? Because they kind of fit into that category, I reckon. Minotaur champions. Okay, so they got 5 wounds, and they are a monstrous infantry. Monstrous infantry character. Is that a different type? Monstrous infantry unit strengths. Sometimes you may be required to work out the unit strength of a unit. Number of reasons, blah, 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 blah. Simply counting the number of models doesn't account for the sheer power. Unit strength reference. To determine unit strength, simply count the number of models currently in the unit. Multiply this by the unit strength per model as shown on the troop type table. Yes. Okay, but does it matter if it's got the characters on the end? Magic? No, I guess not. So, why did it say character on the end? Casting spells. Is there something in the character section? Blah blah blah. Doesn't say here. Okay, well, I'm just going to assume for now, maybe wrongly. I don't know. Is there a section on characters? Will it say anything in there? War machines. Are characters after war machines? War machines. No, I feel like war machines are the last thing. Weapons, challenges, characters. Character, and troop type. Just like any other model, character models have a troop type. In most cases, this will be a subcharacter of the infantry, blah blah blah. In addition, the majority of characters will be mounted in the same way, and if they are, troop type will change accordingly. Yes. So it doesn't say anything about their unit strength changing. Okay, so I'm pretty happy until someone tells me otherwise. The characters just follow whatever size they are. So even though it says against the Minotaur that he's a monstrous infantry character, I guess that doesn't make any difference. So anyway, so they got 5 wounds and 4 wounds, but still only count as unit strength 3. Fine. Okay, it's for about the size of the model, and some are that big and just extra hard, and it doesn't change their unit strength. Interesting that swarms are 3, because my snotling swarms I've got 6 wounds, but they're unit strength 3. So that's good to know. Cavalry is 2 because you've got a guy and a horse. Monstrous cavalry, you've got a guy and a bigger horse or bigger thing. Beast is just the horse, Warhound or something like that. Light chariots are 3. Heavy chariots are 5. Okay. Um, chariots. Let's have a look. I think these guys have got. Do they have heavy chariots? The reason I'm checking this. Oh, look at this. Ogre Shaggoth. Oh, it's a Shaggoth. I thought that was a. Dragon ogres have got 4 wounds. They're a monstrous cavalry. Monstrous cavalry has got 3. So, it's not necessarily related to their wounds. More just kind of the size of creature that they are. Where's these guys got chariots? And they got beastmen, Tuskor chariots. Here we go. They're a heavy chariot. So they've only got 4 wounds, but they are. And these are heavy chariots as well. Raised chariots. Yeah. So they've only got 4 wounds, but heavy chariots are unit strength 5. So that's interesting. So less wounds than unit strength seems unusual because everything else has got like monstrous infantry and swarms can have more wounds than unit strength. It's interesting that heavy chariots have got less wounds than unit strength sometimes. But there we go. Monstrous creatures. So the big stuff is just however many wounds they got on war machines. Fine. Okay. So that's our unit strength sussed. So, so work out your unit strength. So just add up all of the unit strengths, divide it by 4. That gives you the unit strength that you. Well, what's it say? With each model removed from play as a casualty, with each unit destroyed, an army approaches its breakpoint. If during any start of turn subphase, the remaining unit strength of either army has fallen below its breakpoints, the army is considered to have broken. At this point, the game ends as models begin to flee, crumble to dust, dematerialize, and so forth. So, the start of turn subphases. What can happen? Like it says any of the start turns. So it's not just like at the start of a turn, it's like in one of the subphases. So what can happen in these subphases? Does it need to say that? Start of turn. This one? Oh, okay. So the start of turn, fine. Subphase. Resolve any special actions or make any tests that need to be resolved. Page 116. Oops. I did that on purpose, obviously. What did you say? 116. Clearly I've put my camera down too low. Okay, 116. Strategy, start of turn. Rules that not come in their detail. Models rules, extra test made, similar. Test the start of each turn. Sorry, rules be used as a moment in which to think between turns. Questions to ask. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So it's not rallying. Command. Magical. So it's not those. Conjuration. Fleeing units. And movement. Things like stupidity tests, I guess, but that's not going to make a difference. Yeah, okay, fine. It's just going to be at the start of turn then, I guess. If during, any start of turn, so if I see yours or your opponent's, fine. Okay. Victory, game ends from one army having broken. The unbroken army choose a crushing victory. Should both armies fall below their break point at the same time, use victory points to determine which player is the winner as described. Okay, fine. So it's as soon as you hit your break points. So for some reason I had it in my mind that it was like a more time type thing, because in more time when you similar, is it when you lose a quarter of your warband? You have to start taking a break test to see if your warband runs away. I kind of thought it was like a break test, but it's literally once you hit that quarter, is it a quarter left? Approaches its break point. So I'm assuming it's this is equal to, they have a breaking point equal to a quarter of total use strength. Each one, as the army approaches its break point, a quarter. The remaining, if the remaining unit strength of either army has fallen below its break point. Okay, so I assume that it's Not like wartime where once you've lost a quarter of your army, it's once you've only got a quarter of your army left, or less than this. Is that less? Falling below. Yeah, okay, fine. All right. So you fight until you don't have many guys left, and then you lose. Um, so yeah, so that's the plan, is to play this, and this is um, uh, Beastmen versus Empires, the historical recreation. For some reason, I thought this was Empire versus Empire. Is that this one? No, that's Wood Elves and Dwarves. Drackwood Forest, two armies of the Empire. Or maybe it's this one we should do then. I don't know why. I was planning. So, in my mind, I had that as the Empire versus Empire one. Um, so, I was planning on making an Empire army. Do we do this one? Or, so, my intention tomorrow is to play Empire versus Empire. Let's have a quick look at this one. This was fought between two armies of the Empire from rival provinces towards the end of a civil war that raged for 1,000 years. Army of Reikland should include a witch hunter. Reikland army or Reikland should include at least. Is it Reikland or Reikland? I think it's Reikland, isn't it? Reikland army should at least one unit of great swords, accompany its general, a captain. So wait, Reikland's got a witch hunter and a captain and great swords and flagellants and an army of Talabek land led by a captain. Plenty of state troops. Um, both armies may include war machines. Ideally, neither should include any knights. Well, my Empire army is very small, so I'd need to use knights. Ideally, neither should include any knights or wizards. I know Caleb will want to include a wizard, and I would use knights. Reserves. Yeah, maybe we should do this one then. What's this one? Meeting engagement. This is one that's I recognise. This is even closer than the last one. So the last one we looked at was 18 inches. This one's only 12. Okay, not uncommon for two armies to cross paths unexpectedly and immediately deploy from marching columns into battle lines. More often than not, the fighting starts while rear elements of the army are still marching towards the battlefield. In such a sudden clash, there is little time for careful consideration or planning. This scenario represents a battle fought between marching armies, in which the outcome can hinge upon the timely arrival of reserve forces where the initial battle lines can be most uneven. So, I guess this is, you've got two armies like this, and they start fighting while the rest of the army is still coming. I think that's the idea. Terrain as normal. Once the battlefield's been set up, the winner of a roll-off chooses which player will deploy the first unit and their deployment zone. Before deploying their army, you roll a dice for every unit, including each character and war machine in their army. On a roll of a 1, the unit must be held back as reserves. That could really suck for someone if they roll too many ones. What if you roll no ones and the other person rolls loads? Once a roll has been made for each unit, those that are not held in reserve can be deployed. Players deploy their armies using the alternating units methods. Right. Once deployment is complete, the winner of a roll-off takes the first turn. Yeah, normal. Battle lasts 6 rounds, normal. Reserves are not deployed at the start of the battle. Instead, they enter the play during the compulsory moves, sub-moves phase or in turn, other than the first of their controlling players choosing. Of any turn. Oh, so you can. So wait. When they arrive, reserves may enter the battlefield from any point on the long battlefield edge within their deployment zone. Move on using the rules for reinforcement. So, can enter play during the compulsory moves sub-phase of any turn other than the first. Okay. So, you don't have to, like, roll to see if they turn up. They can just turn up. Which could be quite useful, actually, because you may need a unit over here, and if you'd have deployed it right at the beginning, you might have deployed it somewhere here. So actually, maybe that's not horrendous. Maybe it's quite good to have some reserve units. Okay, fine. Victory points determine player's winner. Maybe we will do that one. It's a bit more like a normal game because it's 6 rounds. You've just got some stuff that arrives late. Is there anything about like how close you can just deploy like right next to each other, 12 inches apart. Because there was, I wonder, one of the old ones, you put a unit down and then they have to deploy. They've got like they can't go within a certain range of you, and then when they put that unit down, you can't go within a certain range of them. Is that one of the other ones? Mountain pass, deployments normal, deployments normal, flank attack, deployment. Wow, deployment's clearly not normal for this. Blah blah blah. But it doesn't have like a proximity. Yeah, I can't remember what battle that was, what scenario that was, but there was one where it kind of felt a bit like that one, but you weren't allowed to deploy within a certain range of their unit. But I guess that's not here. Okay, fine. Yeah, maybe we'll do meeting engagement. So, yeah, and I know, so my son's got a unit of greatswords, so he can represent the Reichland's army, and he can use a warrior priest as a witch hunter. He doesn't know any witch hunters. Unit of greatswords, flagellants. He's got flagellants as well. Yeah, he should do that. He should do that. All right. So before he can work out his army, I need to see how many points I've actually got of my empire, because I've only got quite a small army, and I've got an unpainted cannon as well, so I could probably quickly paint that up in the morning tomorrow for the game. Okay, right. Let's. I don't know why I'm changing that because I don't need to. Right. What I do need to do is yeah, that's why. That's why, because I was going to get my army out so I could see what's in it. It's only a very small Empire army. Let's put that back up for now. Right, let's put this in here. We'll do meeting engagement. And let's get rid of these. Well, I've learned a bunch of things. Learned about the breakpoint one scenario and meeting engagement. Okay, so here's my Empire army. You can see it's very nicely stored in a box. So we have got a unit of 8 knights, if I recall. Full command. Yep, there's a champion in here somewhere. He's not a champion. Is that guy a champion? Don't think so. What we got here, he is champion. Okay, so we got unit of knights with full command. This is essentially an old battalion set. We've got the general on his horse, and yeah, there's the knights. They are on. They're on the old size bases, but you know what? It doesn't really matter for our purposes. It's not a tournament or anything. So we've got those guys, and then we've got the mortar that I sped paint up the other day, and its crew somewhere. We've got a unit of spearmen with full command. Let's see. There's definitely, yeah, because we've got 2 units in here. We've got a unit of spearmen with full command, and got a unit of handgunners. I think there's like 16 handgunners, so it could be a couple of units. How many handgunners? Can you have like 5 in a unit? Could be loads of units. What, 3 units of 5? Obviously 1 unit of 6. Because that that didn't used to be a thing before. I'm sure there used to be units of 10. Oh, maybe detachments you could have in units of 5. I didn't really ever play many games with my Empire army. Um, so yeah, be interesting. I'm pretty sure I've never used detachments before. And I know did only used to be an Empire thing. Now I've seen a couple of other units. They don't seem to be particularly prevalent. It's not like everyone's got detachments, but it's not just Empire anymore, which is what it used to be. I'm a little bit sad that Dark Elves don't have any City Guard type thing. I thought I had hopes that when I heard detachments were coming back and they were for everyone, that either Dark Elves would get City Guard, or they'd be able to have detachments and make them kind of pseudo City Guard. Never mind. Dark Elves are my like main army. Say main army. I don't know if that's strictly true anymore, but they were the army that I used all the time. I feel like I'm missing a spearman. Oh well, never mind. We are one spearman down. Is that right? Actually, maybe you got 16 and 3 guys, so maybe 19 is how many are meant to be there. Fine. I'll have 19 spearmen. Let's see. 18. Okay, fine. And then these guys and gunners. Let's see how many of these we've got. I mean, do I need a command group? Probably not. Except to make up numbers, I guess. I can't imagine I'm going to use a banner. Definitely not going to use a banner. So that's 5 there. We've got 5 there. And 6. So I've actually got, if you include these, the musician and standard bearer, that's 16, 17, 18 if I need them. So there we go. So that's my army, and then the unpainted cannon. So I might paint that up, do a quick paint job tomorrow before the game if I need a cannon. Right, so that's what we got. Let's see how many points this lot works out at in new monies. It was, how many points was it in? 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. It was just over 500 points, I think, but that's without any war machines. Um, so this is the army that my son used last time. That was 750 points. So let's do. I don't know how many points it's going to be. Oh look, there's a glitch. I thought. Well, let's. I don't think it's 750 points. Let's see if it's 700 points. So we've got. We don't have any of those. Let's add the mortar, because that's nice and easy to add. There we go. Mortar added. Koi units we've got. Yeah, so it is 10. They don't come in 5s. Unless. Do you get to. It's a detachment. Yeah, okay, so you can go to 5. Okay, I don't know if I want a detachment, to be honest. What does it say here? It says nothing. The reason it says nothing is because I'm uploading a video at the moment, and so that's eating all my internet. Oh, just as it came up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Fielder's attachment. Right, doesn't really tell me much. Fine. I don't know if I need detachment. So let's just make. We can make 2 units of 8 if we. Oh no, but then they do have to be detachments. I mean, I can make them detachments. Can you only have 1 detachment per? Wow, I do not know. Detachments follow a number of special rules, representing the specialized way in which they function alongside their regimental units. Deployment, leadership, psychology, supporting actions. Regimental units and detachments. Some armies, the old order, particularly well drilled. These units act in support of one another with a discipline that shames the more chaotic and unruly foes. Not uncommon to see large and imposing units flanked by smaller detachments. These detachments can prove invaluable by guarding the vulnerable flanks of the parent units firing in their defense, and in some cases countercharging to disrupt the enemy. Using regiments as detachments, let's start there. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Some cases a model may have both. Okay, fine. Creating a detachment. To create a detachment, simply choose a unit with a detachment special rule creating as follows. Detachment can raise in size from a minimum of 5 models to a maximum of half the number of models in the regimental unit it accompanies. Good to know. Okay, models in detachment, yeah, fine. Detachment cannot include a command group. Okay. A detachment must accompany a regimental unit. It means that every detachment, including your army, must be assigned to a regimental unit and a note made of this on your muster list. A detachment cannot be assigned to more than one regimental unit. Detachments are normal units. So is there any limit to how many detachments you can have? Simply create a unit with a regimental unit. Here we go. Regimental unit can be accompanied by up to 2 detachments. So I could have 2 detachments of handgunners. Okay, so yep, using them. There was definitely a detachment special rules. Here we go. Deployment. Detachments must be deployed at the same time as the regimental unit they are assigned to and must be deployed within 3 inches of that unit. If the regimental unit is held in reserve as reinforcements, its detachments will as well and will arrive with it. Now that's actually important for the game that we're going to play. So if I make like 2 units of handgunners as detachments for this, then I'd essentially make a roll. So what I mean by 2 units is if I made 2, 4, 6, 8, 2 units of 8 as detachments, then this lot all arrive at the same time. Maybe that's not a bad thing to do. But they could be walking for a really long time. Yeah, interesting. Okay, fine. What else? Leadership, psychology, supporting actions. Detachment can only attempt for single supporting action per turn. Supporting fire, supporting charge. A detachment immediately attempts to make a stand and shoot charge reaction as if it were the target. If the detachment is unable to stand and shoot, yeah, okay, fine. That's a bit of a weird thing to say. Supporting charge. At the end of the charge moves subphase. Detachment that declared a supporting charge and isn't engaged in combat or fleeing makes an out-of-sequence charge against one enemy unit that charges into contact with its regimental unit during this turn. So that's like a counter charge, is it? Any detachment that is able to make a supporting action at the end of the charge moves subphase, a detachment that declared a supporting charge and is not engaged in combat or fleeing makes an out-of-sequence charge against one enemy unit that charged into contact with its regimental unit during this turn. It's weird because that wording doesn't say I can declare I can like when I'm doing it. At the end of the charge move subphase, it should say surely at the end of your opponent's charge move subphase. A detachment that declared a supporting charge. Wait. Any detachment that is able to make a supporting action may declare that it will make a supporting charge. Yeah, surely that should say at the end of your opponent's charge move subphase. A detachment that declared a supporting. It doesn't say when you can declare it. Any detachment that is able to make a supporting action may declare that it will make a supporting charge, but it doesn't say when you can do it. Now, I feel like it's pretty obvious that that happens in your opponent's turn, but it doesn't really say that there. But fine, unless it says it here. Okay, fine, it does say it here. Yes, okay, fine. The reason it says it there is because these are, okay. Detachments, when an enemy unit declares a charge against a regiment's unit. So they're charge reactions. Um, uh, may declare, okay, fine, fine. So it covers it there. Okay, cool. So the question is, do I make these both detachments? I could, wait. So I could make 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So I could make a detachment of 5 or 6 and have a legal unit of 10. Maybe I should do that. So if I make a detachment of 6 and a unit of 10 to go with my spearman unit. So missile troops, so let's say that's 10. I mean, I could give them command. Let's see if I've got, if I need to use to bulk it up to get some more points in. So let's say that's 10 for now. Core units, state troops. These guys have got spears and shields and full command. And there's 18 of them, 19 of them. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 guys, which is a bit rubbish because I need one more to make up. I mean, I could chuck this drummer at the back and pretend he's a spearman. Fill in that gap. Let's make it 20. There we go, there's a drummer at the back. Bonus drummer. Okay, so that's 20. That makes me feel better. And they're a regimental unit. Okay, cool. That's them. So now we can add a detachment of, wrong ones, oops. State missile troops, detachment, handguns. And there's 5 of them. No, it's not, there's 6. 2, 4, 6, yeah. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6. Okay. 6 is a detachment. Right. And then knights. Where do the knights special? Inner circle knights. Knights are core, are they? Empire knights. Lances and shields, yep. Full command. Oh, they can take all the magic things. Stubborn. Feels a bit weird for knights to have stubborn. Yeah, I don't know. Knights need to do the damage on the charge, really. But there we are. Okay, I was just looking at this guy's face. I was like, what's going on with his face? You can't really see that. These were just kind of battle ready job. They're not particularly well painted, but I don't know if you can see his face. No, it's not particularly well focused. Yeah, there we go. But his cheeks look a little bit weird, and I realise it's because they're the teeth. His helmet's got teeth, so he's got gold teeth, which just made his cheeks look weird from a distance, and about as weird as they did just then. Anyway, I don't know why, it just caught my eye. I was like, what is going on with his face? Even though they are quick paint job. Right, anyway, distracted. Knights. I'm doing knights. They've only got heavy armor. I don't know why I thought they had plate armor. There we go. Into inner circle knights have plate armor. Anyway, we've got 8. Let's make 8. Options. Yeah, I just don't think. What does drilled even do? Unless it's fleeing, can perform a free redress the ranks maneuver immediately before moving. Once this move is complete, the unit moves as normal. Before moving. Can you do that before charging? Yeah, a drilled unit can march whilst within 8 inches without having first making leadership checks. I mean, that's useful. Redress the ranks, moving models decrease or increase. So it's just change formation. Fine. Anyway, use half its movement in order to deduct up to 5 models from its front rank or add 5 models. Models in rank or rearrange match. No. Yeah. So use half of its movement. So you can then carry on moving. But can you march in the same turn? Don't know. It doesn't specify here. I'd have to look in the rules probably. Okay. Is march a maneuver? No. Regardless of the maneuver performed, no model can move more than twice its characteristic. Yeah, don't really know. Okay. So drilled lets you change formation basically. Do I care about that for knights? Probably not. Unless, like, late game, I need to, like when these guys are dead, I just want to change into a wider frontage maybe. That could be a thing. Do you get 4 ranks? Do you get rank bonus in 4s? Where's rank bonus? I'm picking up the book now. You can just about see that. I feel like heavy stuff normally has ranks of 4. Troop types. Here we go. Models per rank. Light cavalry is 5. Heavy cavalry is 4. And you can't see that because it's really tiny. But heavy cavalry is 4. So if they're heavy cavalry, which I assume they are heavy cavalry, they don't particularly look like light cavalry. So yes, they can have ranks of 4. Interesting that light cavalry is 5, so things like wolf riders need 5 for a rank. Do I care about drilled? Not at the moment. Okay. Why would I take great weapons without shields? Feels like a weird option. But there we are. Okay, so that's my knights. Character, we've got a captain of the Empire, general of the Empire. I mean, general, there's so many. They got loads of options actually. Chapter master, grand master, captain, general. Could be any of these boys, couldn't it? And he'll join this unit, really. So, oops. So I guess it depends on how many points I need. What is a chapter master? I feel like they're to do with, yeah, heavy cavalry. Grandmaster, yeah, they're for the orders of knights, aren't they? Heavy cavalry, yeah. Okay, so they're knightly orders. I mean, these guys are knights. He could be a chapter master or a grandmaster. Feels a bit excessive to have him as a grandmaster though. So do I go for captain, general, or chapter master? I feel like I need the book. Hmm, hmm, 350 points to use on characters. Obviously, I don't have that many points in 700. But what else am I realistically going to get? Let's have a look. So I might get a cannon. No, it's not that one. Is that one? Yeah, cannon. They're quite expensive. Fine. What does veteran do? Blah blah blah. Rerolled failed leadership tests. Okay then. Don't think that's generally needed. So cannon, fine. So that puts me 697 points if I take a cannon. And how many points was it? 125. So alternatively, I don't paint the cannon and just take a guy that costs about 125 points. I'm not unless we make it an 800 point game. Maybe that's about right. So I could paint the cannon tomorrow. Make it an 800 point game. Okay, fine. Let's do it. If he's a general of the Empire, I mean that's pretty hard. General's pretty hardcore. 850. Wait, that's no, that's way too expensive. Chapter master. What's a chapter master like? Feels just like a normal dude from the looks of things. Leadership 8. Is General Leadership 9? Is Leadership 9? Yeah, we'll just take a General. Is there a limit on Generals? Should I be taking like 1,000 points to include a General? Let's make this a bit bigger. Right. General in the Empire per 1,000 points. Or Grandmaster. Yeah, so maybe it should be a Captain or a Chapter Master. So, where are we here? Captain is leadership 8, 2 attacks, so kind of the stats we're expecting. Weapon skill 5, strength 4. Oh, why have I got balloons? Where did that come from? That was weird. What did it think? Why did it think there were balloons? Okay. That was very strange. Okay. So, weapon skill 5, I got really put off then by those random balloons. Weapon skill 5, strength 4, and then it's basically, well, it's these stats, isn't it? 2 wins, initiative 4, 2 attacks, leadership 8, 45 points, which isn't very many. And these are, they get 3 attacks. Chapter Masters actually, oh, they're better, they're 75 points. So, maybe go with the Chapter Master, he gets an extra attack. Yeah, an extra attack, that's basically it. That's loads of points for an extra attack. And an extra initiative, yeah. So 30 points for an extra attack. But he comes with heavy armor. And he's heavy cavalry. So he must take, yeah, must take a warhorse, a Pegasus, or a demigraph. Oh, interesting. Pegasus feels a little bit weird. Just made me think they're like units of Pegasus Knights. Anyway, party warhorse. Sure. Heavy armor with full plate armor. Okay. Yeah, we'll go for a chapter master then, I guess, and see where we end up in terms of points. Right. So, well, I'll probably give him a magic weapon actually. Full plate armor and a shield. On a barded warhorse. On foot was not actually an option, but there we go. It's fine. So how many points are we at? 793. I mean, if I give him a 50 points worth of magic items, then I can get rid of the cannon and we just play a 750 point game. It's alright. No. What is it? Oh, I don't know. Right, I just want to give him something magic. Magic-y magic. I do, I do quite like the, I could give him the ring, maybe Ring of Ruin. Um, and then I've got some magic in the army. And then I feel like I'm playing, what's the, Shadow the Horned Rat, where the general comes with, it's a sword, isn't it? The Grudgebringer sword, where he can do like his fireball. You can pretend I'm him. Ring of Ruin, 30 points. I mean, that feels like a winner. What's Enchanted Shield do these days? Is it an extra +1? Oh, 6+ ward save. Oh, interesting. Armor of Meteoric Iron. 2+ armor saves always used to be. Oh, 5+. What? That's lame. Back in my day, 5th edition, when it was, who had it? Tullerus of Hargoneth. Was it him? I feel like there was a Dark Elf character, and I'm pretty sure, was it Tullerus of Hargoneth? Or is it Kuran, Captain of the Black Guard? One of those guys, it might have been Kuran, you know. Captain of the Black Guard had the armor of Meteoric Iron, and it gave him a 2+ armor save. Yeah, I feel like it was Kuran. So you go. Now, I mean, I don't know, is that a magic armor? Now anyone can have it. Sometimes. Thieved from the Dark Elves. And yeah, it used to give a 2+ armor save. Wow, it's got worse anyway. 5+ armor save. Whatever. He doesn't want it anyway. Yeah, did I give him the Rebring of Ruin? What's the Sword of Justice do? Justice. Armor Bane 1, magical attacks, multiple wounds. Meh. Oh, reroll failed rolls to wound. Yeah, that's cool and all. Armor of Fortune, what's that do? I don't need any armor for this guy. 6 plus ward save, immune to killing blow. Fine. What's Jade Amulet do? Ward save? Oh, killing blow. Fine. There's a lot of it. Killing blow immunity, isn't there? Rolls of victory. Each unsaved wound is worth 2 instead of 1. That's quite cool. But the ruby ring is calling me. How often is he really going to be able to use it? He's meant to be in combat. He's a general after all. He's probably just going to be busy hitting stuff. What hitty things are there? Dragon slaying sword. There probably will be no dragons. Yeah, he doesn't need monster slayer. Headsman's axe. He's got a sword. I'm not giving him an axe. Maybe. It says you can change the name. Could be Headsman's swords. 2 hands. Yeah. Spell eater. No, he doesn't care about eating spells. Giant blade. That's multiple wins, isn't it? Multiple wins, 2 armor vein. Strength plus 1. Yeah, strength plus 1 isn't bad. Makes him strength 5. That's good actually. Armor vein 2. Multiple wins. He doesn't need multiple wins. Probably doesn't need armor vein either. Sword of Swiftness, Berserker Blade. I might give him the Berserker Blade. Plus 1 attack, right? Plus 1 strength and Frenzy, which is essentially plus 1 attack, but you have to charge everyone. But I don't hate that. Plus 1 attack, plus 1 strength for 20 points. What Sword of Might? It's just plus 1 strength, right? Plus 1 strength. What was the other one then? Giant Blade was plus 1 strength and multiple wins. Okay, fine. It's an extra 10 points. Fighting Blade, Sword of Strike, and Burning Blade. Berserker Blade? Why not? Let's give him the Berserker Blade. So he's got to charge everything. Shield of the Warrior True? What's that? 5 plus ward save against shooting. Yeah. Charmed Shield? 5 plus ward save once. Talisman of Protection. What's that? 5 plus ward save always? Yep. I mean, you could get a Talisman of Protection. Oh, I can still afford the Ring for it. Oh, maybe it's a sign. Fine, it's a sign. I'm taking it. Ring of Ruin. I tried my hardest not to take it. Took it anyway. 7 points left for something. Yeah, he's not using anything else. Shall I give them a standard bearer? 5 points. Oh no, I have to get an extra guy to do that. I don't have enough for an extra guy and a banner. I mean, I don't have to take an extra guy to do it. I could literally just give him a banner. Do I want a banner? Not really. Nope. And what other options have we got? Someone can get. They don't need detachment. They've got it. Empire Knights. Drilled is 1 point per model. I don't have 8 points left. I've only got 7 points left. 2 points per model. You know what? That's fine. 843 points is fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so that's the army. I need to paint this. And I'll probably add a little bit more paint. Oh, yeah, you can see it's over there. CS. There we go. That's the army that we've got then. 20 spearmen, full command. What kind of general was he? Was he a chapter master? Do we say in the end? He's a chapter master with the frenzy sword, berserker blade, and the ruby ring of ruin. 8 knights with nothing. They got anything special? Just full command. Oh wait, is that like a 5 point item I can give to the unit? Empire Knights. Magic. Magic. Yeah, Burning Blade, don't care. Charm Shield, don't care. Potion Foolhardiness, what's that? The model gains immune psychology. Yeah. So there's nothing for 5 points there. I assume there's no 5 point standard. They're 10 point standards. Fine, it was worth a look. Okay, so yeah, so Chapter Master, 8 knights, 20 spearmen, a detachment of 6 handgunners there, and a unit of 10 handgunners there, a cannon that needs painting, and a mortar that could probably do with a little bit more paint on it as well. And that gives us 850 points, give or take. So if actually I should change that just to see if there's anything not met. 850 points. Everything fits within those limits. Cool. Okay, yeah, there we go. So that's the army then. So this will be a Empire Civil War. So my guys get to represent like Talabek land, although they're kind of a null-ish color scheme when they're black. And then my son can represent the Reichland guys. He has got flagellants, great swords, and I'm sure he'll quite enjoy using those because I don't think has he used his great swords before. Um, I'm thinking we played a few games of 6th edition over the last couple of years, but I don't know if he's used his great swords. He might have used them actually. Yeah, I think he might have done. Flagellants though. Let's have a look at flagellants. Are they a rare unit? Flagellants, they are unbreakable. Ooh, very good. Yeah, flagellants are a winner. I love unbreakable units. Oh, what's fanatical zeal do? Unbreakable. Okay, fine. Can be joined. Yeah, see in previous, like in 6th edition, priest couldn't join the unit, so that's good. Unit with unbreakable special rule cannot normally be joined to the character without it. Yeah, fine. Fanatical zeal. Okay, cool. Feel no pain. 6+ ward. 5+ ward. Oh, that's just basically the blessing, Bretonnian blessing. Interesting. Furious charge. What? What? Flatulence have got furious charge. What are their normal stats? They just got one attack normally. Okay, fine. I feel like they used to have 2 attacks. Okay. So on the charge, they get an additional attack. Okay. Weapon skill 3. Yeah, they feel pretty good. Didn't they used to be toughness 4? I feel like they used to be toughness 4. And like weapon skill 2, toughness 4, I think is where they used to be. 2 attacks. This is 6th edition. I feel like is what I'm remembering. But yeah, I could be wrong about it. But I feel like that's what they were. You know what? I've got 6th edition, not an Empire book, but I've got the old 6th edition rulebook sitting down here, and it does have all of the. Yeah, here we go. Oh, look at that! Not bad for my rememberings. So, considering I don't even have, like, I don't have flagellants, but flagellants. Here you go. 2 attacks, toughness 4, weapon skill 2. Nailed it. Strength 4 as well. That was very good. Leadership 10, but they're unbreakable, so who cares? And they're 11 points each. But there we go. So, yeah, that's a very handy dandy chart, right? With all of the different stats for all of the different armies. Look how many orcs and goblins have got. Ridiculous compared to like Empire fits in that space there, and then orcs and goblins take up like an entire page. But yeah, there we are. Chaos Dwarves in here? Doesn't look like it, does it? No, no Chaos Dwarves there that I can see. I don't know why I care. It's 6th edition. Doesn't matter. They were in the Ravening Hordes. That's all that matters. Okay, as any Chaos Dwarf player will tell you, Ravening Hordes is all that matters in 6th edition. Cool, there we go. So what did I say? We've got 850 points, and that'll do. Wait, what did I just do? I added unit flagellants by accident. Okay, cool. Yes, so I'll get this painted up tomorrow, and then we are good to go. And we'll, yeah, I'll do another battle report on it. Seemed like, well, the last battle report I did of our goblin, yeah, my night goblins versus his empire was the um, best video on the channel so far. So it seems like people love a good battle report. So hopefully this will be an interesting battle report, and yeah, let you know how it goes. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully that was interesting. We covered a lot more than I was expecting to cover. We learned about a couple of different scenarios. We learned about the unit strength, how that works. I learned about detachments as well. So yeah, that was quite interesting. A valuable little session. So yeah, hopefully that was interesting for you as well. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and catch you in the next video.